What's the quickest way to make a car into an SUV?
Easy, with plastic body cladding, like on this Hyundai Kona.
Given its zany, cladded style, you might peg the Kona as a fraud, lacking any real capability. But among small SUVs, the Kona's legit. Naturally, front-wheel drive comes standard, but for $1,300 you can add all-wheel drive. That might seem like a prerequisite feature for crossover SUVs, but tell that to the front-drive-only Toyota CHR and Nissan Kicks. In fact, the all-wheel drive Kona is so serious, it includes the traction-enhancing magic of a locking center differential.
You know what that means? Let's scale the only dirt hill within 20 miles.
Of course, gnarly off-roading like this is a rarity for the small SUV crowd. People buy these things because they're affordable, relatively roomy, and offer a better view of the road ahead.
On that last score, the Kona succeeds, sitting just high enough to offer a confident view forward, and thanks to minimal blind spots in all other directions.
How about roominess? Well, up front, headroom is good. We also like the comfortable, even height armrests, natural and commanding driving position, and available adjustable lumbar support for lumbar-obsessed drivers like me.
In back, my head clears, but my knees are awfully close to the seat back. As a supremely average 5'10" man, I barely fit behind myself.
Depending on the occupants, sitting three abreast could be dicey. Well, not for us. We're the best of friends. Cargo space lands at 19.2 cubic feet. That's larger than the Mazda CX-3, smaller than the Honda HR-V, and right in line with the Toyota CHR. Under the adjustable floor, there's an area for storing supplies or your panda hat and masquerade ball mask. Look, we're not here to judge what you do with your Kona. Scrutinize the interior, and you'll notice lots of hard plastic, but with a starting price around $20,000, that's to be expected. If you want a squishy interior for less than $20,000, buy a used Lexus ES350.
One area Hyundai nailed is the dash design. I don't think the climate control could be any simpler.
The same holds true for the standard 7-inch or optional 8-inch touchscreen. It's placed high for excellent viewability, an undaunting number of physical buttons surround the screen for easily navigating menus, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, so you won't have to hear me bemoan their absence. Whew, thank heaven. Powering lower trims is a 2-liter engine married to a 6-speed automatic transmission. This combo delivers modest acceleration and admirable efficiency that takes a notable hit with the addition of all-wheel drive. The pricier limited and ultimate trims employ a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine teamed with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. With EPA combined efficiency that matches the 2-liter engine, there's little downside to the much more powerful, torque-rich 1.6. Mostly.
Okay, its turbocharged nature is revealed through slightly surging acceleration, but more noticeably, the 7-speed dual-clutch transmission could use another pass through finishing school.
Beyond occasionally delayed reactions to throttle changes, the dual-clutch could be smoother when leaving from a stop. While imperfect, we'll accept a little transmission funkiness in exchange for abundant turbocharged torque. Driven at freeway speeds, wind and road noise are noticeable, but not offensively so, while bouncy pavement results in a bouncy ride. But for most driving, ride quality is perfectly acceptable. Note, all-wheel drive models ditch the front drive car's torsion beam rear axle for the superior ride and handling of an independent rear suspension. Speaking of handling, the Kona is one of the more enjoyable small SUVs you can drive.
The steering is quick, giving the Kona a playful feel in corners. Engaging sport mode sharpens the throttle response, but it also needlessly heavies up the steering. So for best results, leave it in normal mode, and then if you want sharper throttle response, just stab the throttle really aggressively. That's how the pros do it.
That's not how the pros do it. The base Kona SE trim includes essentials like cruise control and a backup camera with dynamic guidelines, but climb the trim ladder and you can add passive entry with push-button start, leather seats, a head-up display, wireless phone charging, and parking sensors that elevate the compact Kona's already strong parking abilities. Like many of its competitors, the Kona also offers a host of safety options. Things like blind spot warning, rear cross-traffic alerts, and forward collision warning with automatic braking abilities, but strangely, not dynamic cruise control.
The Kona also offers lane departure warning and lane keeping assist, and as you'd hope, it works like you'd expect, warning you when you depart your lane and also steering you back in. Though I have noticed that at higher speeds, it tends to wander a bit on the freeway, unlike some of the steadier systems we've used.
Before plunking down hard-earned dollars on a Hyundai Kona, it's worth considering your small SUV alternatives, which include the Jeep Renegade, Chevy Trax, Toyota CHR, Subaru Crosstrek, Honda HR-V, and perhaps the Kia Soul, among others.
The small SUV field is overgrown with choices, but if you want a fine driving, comparatively capable SUV with polarizing style, and you don't care about trivialities like rear passenger space, the Hyundai Kona is an excellent choice, body cladding and all.